Code Blue family? Welcome to another episode. I'm super excited to be here with you back again, learning and growing as you continue to expand your business. On today's episode, we'll talk a little bit about how to stay motivated. You know, it's great when you can start a business, you hit the ground running, but when you come into some challenges, how do you continue to stay motivated through that? Extremely important. So we'll get into the top 5 ways on how to stay motivated through growing while in your business. I know that oftentimes we face different challenges and we may not necessarily understand how to navigate those, or we may get into a space where we may not have a lot of experience and we have to kind of navigate through it alone as a business owner. So understanding how to stay motivated and continuing to grow through that. We'll get into all of that. And make sure you stay to the end because the last one is going to be some really good information that I definitely know that you should have for continuing to grow within your business. When starting a business, it's important, staying motivated has its challenges. I know for me, on my journey for entrepreneurship, I didn't always see, commissions rolling in, immediately. And I didn't always have clients starting out. And so I really had to develop ways to keep myself motivated because unlike when you work, a regular 9 to 5, you have a paycheck and that's kind of motivating you because you're going to get paid every 2 weeks. It's completely different in entrepreneurship. Sometimes when you're starting out, you don't know when you're going to get paid. However, the goal is for you to continuously market to your target audience, have great products or services, whichever you may offer, to build a consistent revenue, not just monthly, but long term. So it's important, of course, to kind of have those things in place, but your motivation is something that plays a key role into whether or not you're in business for a short period of time or for the long haul ultimately. And maybe within your business, you may have hit a roadblock or a challenge or two, and it's been extremely hard for you to overcome that. Some of you may know I'm licensed in more than one state. I will say getting licensed in the state of Illinois was probably one of the most challenging with getting my real estate license. And again, I always tell you guys, if you want to know more about that, drop in the comments below and I'll create some content kind of surrounding that. But I want to make sure, of course, that in this video, we're talking not just for necessarily someone that may want to go into the real estate industry, but overall all industries, right? But for me, I kept having challenges with the state, right? Every time I would send off some paperwork, they were asking for something different. And for me, it wasn't more so the paperwork that I wasn't turning in wasn't correct. It wasn't that portion of it that was challenging. It was more so the wording and the verbiage. It was very confusing for me. So to understand, hey, do you guys have all the paperwork? If they don't have the paperwork, who do I need to go to get the necessary documents to turn in? And it became very challenging. So for a process that in Georgia may take not even a few weeks, because Georgia is a little different, but maybe a shorter period for in Georgia, it took me almost 2-3 months in the state of Illinois. And with saying all of that, I had to stay motivated through that process, you guys. I had to stay motivated to make sure I was constantly calling the correct point of contacts to make sure that my process was actually moving along. I actually ended up having to what they called was a case escalation. So mine actually had to get escalated up because it took so long, which of course, ultimately in the end, I was able to get my Illinois license at that time. However, just staying diligent and staying motivated because for some individuals that might have discouraged them, unfortunately, from actually continuing forward with something they may have been passionate about or wanted to actually, grow within a specific industry. But let's talk about your why, because for me, it was my why that kept me motivated during that time. It's important to reconnect with your why. Figuring out, asking yourself those foundational questions. Why did I start doing this in the first place? What made me want to go into this specific industry? What's my ultimate goal while going into that? When you make sure that you continue to stay focused, and take action, then you can continue to move forward as an entrepreneur and grow within this industry, within whatever industry that you're in. So it's important for you to understand and continue to keep at the forefront of your mind. I know we talked about previously in the last video just about mindset. Your mindset, it needs to be focused on what motivates you to continue to move forward. Motivation is what's going to help you get up in the morning and do it when you don't want to. Motivation is going to keep you pushing forward when you may have a certain task within your business that you absolutely do not like doing, but you know that it has to be done in order for your business to continue to grow and to be organized and to have systems to be able to build. Motivation is going to continue to have you, whether it's up late or waking up very early to be able to push towards your goals. Understanding your why you're motivated is what's going to help you grow within your business and continuously scale. Step 2, set small, achievable goals. Big dreams are great. However, they're even better when you can break them down into smaller, actionable steps and actually execute on those, right? So for example, let's say your goal is to have a 100K revenue year for that year. Let's set goals on how you can make $500 a day or $500 a month. Let's start there so that you can continue to build and scale from there by having small actionable steps that you can measure, that are measurable, to get you towards your bigger goals. So whether that's 100K, 200K, whatever your number may be, that's definitely important. And then when we talk about, of course, and we can do another video, and I'm sure we'll get into that as well, as far as like finances, so that we can talk together and collaborate together as a Kode Blue family to kind of see exactly like, what are you guys doing regarding finances? What questions do you have regarding personal and business finances, so that we can make sure that you're on track for like getting to the success that you want within your business. I'm a big advocate for writing down your goals. So for example, make sure that they're measurable. So right now with recording this video, we're in December of 2024, right? So if you know like, hey, by February 1st of 2025, I want to have made my first sale. I want to have taken a class to learn more about construction. I want to figure out what steps I need to take and what books I need to learn more about the construction industry. These are things that you can do that are actual like measurable goals, right? To actually grow within your business. And remember, success is not about one big leap. It's small, consistent steps that add up over time that will allow you to be successful as an entrepreneur. Step 3, let's build on a schedule that you love. It's important that as you're on this journey for entrepreneurship, you're going to be wearing many hats. So outside of launching a business, you may be a mom, you may be a caregiver, you may be a wife, you may have other responsibilities, and it's important to kind of maintain all of those while on your journey for towards entrepreneurship. So actually do different things within your schedule that help you as far as motivating you. So for example, if you know that you're a night owl and you love to stay up at night, make sure that you're scheduling your time for working on your business in the nighttime when everyone is asleep. Don't try to adjust to whereas it's more so during a time frame that you're not going to necessarily love and you wouldn't be favorable towards within your schedule. Now, keep in mind, when starting a business, everything is not going to be perfect. The point of it all, especially for you to begin to start and actually move towards your goals, is to do that. It's for you to just start. You may not have all of the money. You may not have all of the funding. You may not have all of the resources. You may not even be skilled in the industry that you're looking to start in. But the point of it all is for you to start. So if you are, for example, in an industry that you don't have any experience in, let's build out a schedule around you studying to like hone in on your craft and begin to master that within that industry. Again, I always use the real estate analogy. People don't just wake up one day and, you have that stamp on you and you walk around with your license to practice real estate. You we have to study for that. We have to, learn the laws. We have to, even when you're done, like it is so much more for you to still learn after getting licensed in a certain industry. Build your schedule around learning how to study. If you're someone where you already have that skill set, build your schedule around making sure that you growing your business and scaling is a priority for you. And you'll see such great accomplishments within your goals, short term and long term within your business. And step 4, and I say this to you guys all the time, surround yourself with people who are supportive. Do not tell your goals and your visions and your dreams to certain individuals that always have a negative or condescending remark towards what you're doing. It's not going to be helpful to the mindset that you're building, and it's not going to be helpful for what you're trying to grow and what you're trying to do. It's so funny. I remember a few years ago, there used to be a girl that I would talk to sometimes about my dreams and my goals. And then one day I just realized, like, every time I told her something, she always had like a negative comment, or she always had some sort of like condescending remark about what I was doing or what I was trying to learn about how to do. When you're young, you're still trying to figure out different things. I suggest anyone, and I would suggest anyone that's watching this video, if you are completely unsure about what you want to do and you have several different interests, try them all out. Try them out, begin to read different books about them, watch different like videos like you're doing now to learn. But with this one particular person, I would tell her something, and each time she always had something negative to say. So in the back of my mind, I never told her this directly to her face, but in the back of my mind, I would just be like, man, she's such a dream killer. And so in my mind, I kind of coined that term for her. So anytime I would want to like remotely tell her anything, I would say, oh no, that's dream killer right there. Anytime I say something, because it doesn't seem what like the status quo is or what may be considered quote unquote normal, she would shoot it down. So I stopped telling her things. And so I suggest you if you don't have anybody to share it with, I would say begin to find different people that are maybe either in an industry that you are looking to grow in, or they may be doing something similar to what you're doing. Those are the types of people that will continue to kind of just help motivate you and kind of be of an inspiration to you. But be careful about what you share and when you share it. I've also talked about, recently that I have some dreams and some goals of my own that I'm super excited to share with you guys soon. But right now, only about 2 or 3 people know about it. And so I've kind of like held it like close to my heart, and I've been working on it. It's in an industry that I absolutely didn't know anything about. But it's similar to what I do now within real estate. And so I've been like working towards like learning about that industry, learning about how to, gather those systems. And what I did was I surrounded myself around people who were already in that industry, who've already gone through the highs and lows and climbed various mountains within their journey and conquered them. And it's been extremely helpful on this journey. My family doesn't even know about, my husband knows, but outside of my husband, no one else knows about what I've been working on and building. And I'm super excited to kind of see it all come together. Step 5, celebrate progress, not perfection. Again, celebrate progress, not perfection. Oftentimes, being perfect or trying to be a perfectionist will actually stop you from starting and also stop you from being motivated. Sometimes you'll have to learn within this journey of entrepreneurship, hey, I may want to do A, but B is the most feasible option right now. So we're going to go with B, plan B. And once we scale some more, we'll then transition into plan A. That's extremely important within growing your business. Even when it comes down to little things, if you are a photographer, right? Maybe there's like a camera that you really, really want. Like this camera does everything. This camera has all of the lenses. It has all of the different features that I want. However, you may need to start with a more feasible option when starting a business. And that's okay. Once you build your clientele, you figure out exactly what niche or what specialization in photography you may want to specialize in. Then you can always scale up to a bigger, better camera. But you want to be mindful of when you have like a sense of perfectionism, I know that that's something that I've struggled with, like, and it can cost you a lot. It can cost you a lot financially. It can cost you a lot mentally and physically. So you want to make sure like you're consistently making progress. Of course, you want to have quality products and quality service, but sometimes what we want versus what may be a better option can be two different things when it comes to entrepreneurship. Because of course both could still be very good, but just selecting one to help you make progress is better than selecting none at all and being stuck in a phase of perfection and no progress at all within your business. So I hope all of these 5 strategies were really good to you guys. I hope this video was extremely helpful. If it was, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get more videos from the Kode Blue family. I hope everyone has an amazing day and an awesome week. Talk to you guys soon.